Hey guys, welcome back. Dr. Cobra here, and welcome to my fifth and final return game. A little bit of talking. This is the first time either of us played this map, so that was fun. I don't know, let's take a look at the map, just because I haven't really. So it looks like your mains are here, here, and it's got... Obviously this is a GSL map, which I haven't watched GSL in like a year, but I know what it is. Yeah, there's another one, and of course right there. I'm assuming you can't spawn cross spawns, because that would be really close rush distance. You've got kind of this, kind of like a mini choke at the second with the destructible rocks. I've noticed that's a thing that they've started doing a lot now. And this map looks like it's pretty easy to like split 5 and 5 on bases. And then they've got these two middle bases, which are more dangerous, kind of something. This is what you have to fight over probably in a really long game. And then they've got these island bases with destructible rocks, so those are tough to take, I'll bet. You gotta ferry enough units over here to kill the rocks too, or just have a bunch of void rays maybe. So me, I'm going 15 hatch again. That's kind of my favorite build, and so far I haven't run into much trouble with it, except in Zerg vs Zerg, which is my worst matchup, by the way. Real men drill deep. So I'm going to find them with this Overlord. Yeah, I did send the drone over here just because I didn't know if you can spawn over there or not. I assume you probably can't, but... So I catch sight of his Nexus, and I think I get away before he spots me, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to send my drone over here and see what's up. He's going gateway straight to Nexus. So, like, without a zealot or anything. If I had just 6-pooled him, he would have been fucked. But I'm not much of a 6-pool artist. And I do catch sight of the Nexus, and I see the gate. And I'm like, huh, okay, he's going for a very good opening compared to my 15 hatch. Try to keep him in economically pretty well without having to do much harassment. So I'm going to start getting gas, and I got my spawning pool. I don't remember if I had a plan or not for this game, really, to be honest. But when I did see his gateway Nexus, my plan was to take a really quick third, just because I didn't think he'd be able to pressure me early enough. And I think also go for some roaches, because in case he does like a press with, I don't know, just a few gateway units, I figure roaches ought to be enough to stop him. He's going to go for double gas on this. And putting out a cybernetics core and forge as well. When I saw the forge, I really didn't think he was going to be aggressive early. But I don't know. Maybe that's not correct. So I just got my queens out, starting the roach warren. Take a look at the harvesters. Yeah, he's actually ahead significantly, but that's because, you know, I have to use mine for building and he gets chrono boost. So I'm going to need to catch up in harvesters for sure. And I just got my queens out. That's another reason why he's ahead. Just putting up another gateway. I was just checking the front to see what he's got going. Notice no warp gate yet. So that's the other thing I actually checked on. I've been watching a lot of Brood War, and they always check if the cybernetics core is spinning for Dragoon range. So I used that knowledge to check if he was getting warp gate yet, which he's not. So that's another reason why I didn't expect him to attack anytime soon, and I knew I could get this third base down and macro up pretty well. And I should be droning. Yeah, droning. More drones, please. I don't have money. I was looking at his money for some reason. So yeah, I'm still behind in harvesters. That's probably not good, now that I think about it. I'm like way behind. Maybe it's because I went for this early hatchery. Maybe I should go get the hatch rate a little bit later. I'm still learning. So yeah, he's got Twilight Council on the way. And this Overlord I had parked over here, which is the Overlord I first scared it with. I'm going to come in and see if he's going to do anything. Mostly what I was looking for is, like, what's his next tech path. So yeah, fairly boring beginning, I guess. I'm still mostly making drones. Still significantly behind. I got the Spire out. I don't remember if this was my plan at first, but what I end up doing is just getting like one wave out to harass with of mutas, and then not really using them much for the rest of the game. I'm not relying on mutas. So I come in here, I'm checking these buildings you saw. 2 gateways. I see the Twilight Council. So right now, when I see the Twilight Council, I'm scared of DTs. So I'm trying to look around to see if I see any more DTs, but I don't have to see any. I see the forge spinning. So I know he's upgrading. Pretty normal, but... so I didn't see any DTs. DT Shrine. I think I make one of these guys into an Overseer. I think it's that one. Maybe this one. I don't know. Eventually I do. So right now I'm saving up gas to get out mute. Yeah. There's the Overseer. Just in case they send in DTs. But as we can tell, he's not going for DTs. He's got his warp gates going for blink, going for upgrades. So it looks like he's just going to go for some big gateway unit, upgraded gateway unit attack. So eventually I figure this out and I put down a Hydra Den. Because I'm pretty sure that's what you're supposed to do against gateway units. So if you didn't see that, I made 9 mutas, I think, to start out with. So that's quite a few. Now I'm making roaches because I saw a few units moving out. But I'm also trying to keep him in his base with my mutas. Here comes the muted clump. Gonna see if they can do any damage. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Also notice he's going for charge, but wow, that's a lot of workers killed. 11 so far. Oh yeah, 16. This is a really nice map for mutas just because they're close like this. So these pylons, notice when he put down like 5 pylons, and I spent a little time taking them out because I thought they were cannons, but they were just pylons, so that was a mistake by me. I think I lost 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I lost 2 mutas because I stopped to shoot those pylons that were warping him. Now he has got a bunch of blink stalkers. They've got +1, +2 about to be done. So I'm gonna try to start my upgrading. All I've got so far are some roaches, which will have a lot of trouble against that many blink stalkers. And he's just finished charge. Well, just about to finish charge. My creep spread's pretty good. I've got the infestation pit coming because I wanted to go for hive. Really, in retrospect, I definitely should have got some. Just killing some pylons because I'm a little bit scared to go in there because of 1,000 million blink stalkers. And I don't know I'd be using mutas. So I think at this point I decide, okay, the mutas are not going to be worth anything, so I'm just going to scout everything in his base. I don't care if they die, really. Still no Dark Shrine, still no, like, Robotech. So I think this is where I throw down the... This is where I realize he's just going for a ton of gateway units, so I throw down a Hydra Den. Yeah, there it is. And so now I've only got 5 mutas left, but I'm just gonna keep him to like scout the expansions pretty much. So I'll know when he expands, and maybe I can harass it and delay it. Kill some probes. So I've got my roaches out. I'll be getting hydras soon. And yeah, now I'm way ahead in harvesters because I killed 16 of his with my harassment, and I've got the 3 bases up and going. 4th base actually. I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm just like, well, you know, I'm gonna have Roach Hydra out. All he's got is gateway units. Without Colossus, I should be able to take these engagements pretty easily. Getting close to max, working on 1-1 arranged. 20 Hydras coming out. So really, something I learned during this game is get infestors, just a couple. They're so good against stalkers and things with fungal growth, but I didn't get any, so mistake by me. So I've got a pretty sizable force. I'm actually thinking about taking the offensive and attacking pretty soon until I notice, oh god, he's coming out. So let's take a second just to compare numbers. He's got almost 40 stalkers, so that's a lot. I've only got 48 ground troops. He's got 38 stalkers, and then he's got sentries, of course, and zealots too. And oh, big mistake by me. Oh, what are you doing? Oh god, I just lost 40 supply cap. So yeah, I make 8 more overlords. So see, I've got my mutas parked over here where I think he's probably going to take a 3rd to kill the probe whenever it comes, but he never really does. I think a few times I'd check out here to see if he's taking another one, but I don't think I find him. So if you notice, I'm going for Ultra Cavern and Greater Spire, just because I've got a ton of money and 4 bases. Oh, I need to transfer some over here. But whenever we have this engagement, I know I'm going to lose a lot of units, so I'm just going to try to remax on, like, you know, Ultra Brood Lord and Root Roaches and stuff. Okay, so when he killed that Overlord, I knew he was coming from my 4th base. I'm not entirely sure how he knew it was there, but somehow he does. So here's a big mistake I make. I attack through this choke instead of waiting for him to get about here and then attacking him from behind. So this way he gets much better surface area on me, and it's a much better area for him to force field. If I had waiting for him to get like here-ish and then come in from behind, I would have had a much greater surface area. Let's just see how this battle goes. Also, a bunch of Hydras were in front, which is a bad idea. Really good force fields from him, so I can't move up. And I also can't move back, so I pretty much just gotta sit here and lose whatever I've got. Some really good blink micro by him, blinking back, hurt stalkers. So yeah, he's gonna take this engagement. He's got 3 attack already, by the way. I'm just 1 more. So he does take the engagement, but I've been remacroing up quite a bit. So he's going to go for this 4th base, but I've still got a chance to save it. So watch what he does right here. Big mistake. Okay. Alright, I don't know if you noticed that, but 1 volley from these stalkers took that much health off. But then he used all of his stalkers to target fire drones. That wastes so much damage on a drone, because it only takes, like, you know, 3 or 4 to snipe a drone. If he had just, instead of volleying those 3 drones, if he just volleyed this 3 more times, he would have killed it. I mean, maybe not in just those 3, but, you know, 3 or 4 more. He would have killed the hatch, which would have been really annoying for me. But this way, the hatch doesn't take much damage at all, and I'm able to come in. I don't think these units finished off, but I've still got more and more units coming. Yeah, so now with no sentries and zealots to protect them, the Hydras just kind of destroy it. So his 2 huge mistakes on this attack were, 1, no forward pylons anywhere. So his reinforcement had to come all the way from his base. And 2, he overkilled those like 3 drones so hard that he didn't even get the hatch. if he'd gotten the hatch, he would have been in a great spot right now. If he gets the hatch, he takes the third, probably pretty safely. And maybe if he like got the hatch, blinked up here with this guy, then blinked over, he might have gotten away too. But instead, I'm still on 4 bases, even though this one's not mining at all. I think I've got some drones going. Yeah, and he's still on 2. And he doesn't feel like he can take a third safely, I guess, or maybe he just doesn't take third bases. But this guy seemed like a pretty good player, at least better than what I've been playing. So I assume he just felt like he couldn't take a third safely. So now I've got a bunch of ultras out. I'm upgrading armor and chitinous plating and melee for them. So I'm thinking about attacking here, but I kind of say, maybe not yet. Maybe I'll wait a little bit longer. Mostly that was because he's in like a good position, really, that I couldn't handle that well. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit here. This is mostly just macroing up. He's gone for double robo. Yeah, getting quite a few Colossus out, which is going to help him. So once I got my Hydras, I felt like it was just fine enough to attack. And so at this point in the game, I'm just going to go ahead and mention, well, first, I had way too many minerals, so I'm throwing down some macro hatches. Also throwing down a 5th base. And I've got a ton of minerals and stuff left. So I knew, well, I thought maybe I could win this. Actually, never mind. This is something I've been doing lately. When I know I'm really far ahead, he still doesn't have another base, I just kind of A-move everything and then just practice macroing. So these guys are going to get killed eventually, but they do enough damage. But you can see I'm not microing them at all, really, where I'm macroing pretty hard. So he pulls his probes, which is dumb. Probes will be gone. Now he's down to 19 harvesters, one at 77. So these units are A-moving, and there's a bunch of stuff like these guys not doing anything. There we go. So yeah, I win this game also. Getting more upgrades. I want to say he holds this attack off. Maybe it's with this Hero Colossus. Let's see what the Hero Colossi can do. The 3-2 Colossi, by the way. They really hurt. Yeah, so Hero Colossi are going to finish me off on this attack. But I've got 11 Corruptors because I'm making a bunch of Brood Lords. I've got some Ultras, got some Cracklings. I think I got... No, I didn't get the Adrenal Glands yet. Yeah, so this game's practically over. Making Brood Lords and then he just GG's. Yeah, I don't remember why exactly. I mean, I assumed he had an observer right here, but turns out he didn't, so... I guess he just thought about it and was like, I can't win. So anyways, what I learned is get some infestors, don't attack through the choke, and in watching my replay I realized I probably took the 3rd hatch too early. It got me behind in drones. So drone up harder when they're going for that early expansion. Things a Protoss could learn from this game: forward pylons, don't overkill the drones. You know, so the hatch is more important, just kill the hatch. And especially when there's only like 4 drones. And he could have had the hatch for free. Yeah, I don't know. I was pretty satisfied with my performance in this game, so see you guys later.